Okay.
Region bounded by these is revolved around the x-axis. Find the value of x in the interval from 0 to 6 that divides the solid into two parts of equal volume. So let's look at the picture. So there's my xy axis, and then let's do x equals 6 is going to be right over here. Y equals 2 root x. So 2 root x is going to be like, it's going to be half sideways parabola like that.
Yeah.
And then it said with the x-axis also. So this is the region that we're doing. So where does this intersect right here?
But you should revolve it. 2 root 6.
So this point is 2 root 6.
But the answer
2
is
comma 2 root 6. It's 2 comma 2 root 6, that point, right? So this is 2 root 6 right here. Just plugged it in to find it. So the question said, it said find the value of x in the interval. So there's some x value. I'll do this in yellow. There's some x value somewhere in here, and you can kind of see it even. It's going to be somewhere in here, there's going to be some x value such that the volume, this is x right here. Hopefully you can see that. I should use a darker color. There's some value x
But is that before or after you
that
revolve
divides the solid into two parts of equal volume when you after you revolve it, right? After you revolve it. So this whole thing's going to be revolved.
Yeah.
So, but this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to find, we're going to use this x, we're going to set up two volumes of revolution, and we're going to set them equal to each other.
Okay.
So how would we set up a volume of revolution?
Is this something I haven't learned yet?
No, you've learned this before. So what's the volume of revolution for this red area right here?
Oh, well, you would do, so it's a dx, so top minus bottom.
Well, you're revolving it around where?
The x-axis.
About the x-axis. Good. So that makes it easier.
Yeah.
So it's the top. So it's top,
minus bottom.
which is just 0. Mm-hmm.
No,
But
the
it's
top
from
is not
where?
0. 2 root
The
x
bottom is 0, I'm saying. So it's from...
0 to...
No, it's not going to be from 0. It's going to be from x to 6.
Is it like really crowded?
Right?
Is it this complicated to solve with that?
It's going to be from x to 6.
Okay.
I kid you not, there was
Right?
at least 40 or 50 kids
Of
there.
what? Of top minus bottom.
Yeah, so it's
2
gonna be
root x minus 0
squared.
squared dx, and you put the pi out front.
25 minutes.
There's one of
And
your
it was literally-
volumes.
I was literally wearing like a shirt thinner than
And the other volume
and it was
is going to be this blue one right here,
It's
which
because
is what?
It's so close for the freshmen. They can literally
Same.
just walk
Well,
in.
no,
Oh,
that's
so
from
It's going to be from 0 to x
Yeah.
of 2 root x
I
squared
would've slept at a big
dx.
school.
So you could just merge them.
And that one made it in
So you're
1980.
finding out where those are equal to each other.
Fundraising for
Okay.
warm-up flares.
So how do I find out where those two values are equal to each other? Giving myself some room here. You set them equal to each other. So pi from x to 6 of 2 root x squared dx
We're literally
equals
having to raise
pi
$150 each
from 0
for
to
your
x
flares.
of 2
Oh my
root x squared
So- and then,
dx.
you know what, I was like, where
The
does
pi's
this go? And
cancel.
She's like, well, if you guys all hit your
And
goal,
so
then you
does
guys will,
these
then your money will
things,
go
the
towards
2 root
your
x
team. Because you know what
squared,
they do? They take all
right?
the money.
No, they don't
Just
cancel.
like-
You're going to have to actually do
Integrate.
this. Now, can you use your calculator to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I'm asking, can you use your calculator to solve this equation?
I genuinely don't know how to solve it.
Well, yeah, I almost feel like it'd be
They
more
had us
complicated to
sell,
do it that way. I don't know.
Football cards and baseball
You
cards.
probably could
Football
if you have like a
and
graph or
baseball
something. You can
just
somehow
spend
turn that
so
into.
much on
Well, I'm
football.
wondering if
You
I-
can't really plug that in because it's x, but you could. Well, what I would do is this. I would do it the old-fashioned way. So this just equals. Let's clean this up. That just equals 4x, right?
Because like everyone in the neighborhood knows about it.
Okay, the thing is, we're not
Right?
selling anything.
Because
We're just
2
doing, like, a juggler
root
and
x
just-
squared
Yeah.
is 4x.
No, literally, they're just-
So let's just do the integral. Let's just actually compute this integral.
they're just paying.
So that would be 4x squared over 2, which just means it's 2x squared. It's 2x squared from x to 6, and this is 2x squared from 0 to x. So this is 36, 72,
Oh, we can raise money to, like, buy
right? Minus
to shoot on
2x squared.
new cones with new pennies.
If I plugged in that and then subtracted that, remember how you do that?
But are you just plugging in x for x, so it's the same thing? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm plugging in x for x. And this one is going to be plug in x for x. That's going to be 2x squared minus 0.
Okay.
Now solve this equation
What is the one to spend on
for
this?
x.
72 divided by
72 divided by 4 is 36. I'm sorry, not 36, is 18. X squared equals 18, which means x equals, let's not even use our calculator. Let's just do the square root. What's the square root of 18? It's 9 times, 18 is 9 times 2. The square root of 9 is 3.
4.24. 3
So
root
it's
2.
3 root 2.
That's the answer.
That's the answer.
Okay, I wonder if there's I feel like there's an easier way.
So that's 3 root 2 right there.
Because he
3
didn't
root
give us
2.
enough space to do that much work.
So is there an easier way to do it?
I'm gonna leave it blank and ask
I don't
tomorrow.
know, but maybe there is.
And then if
I thought about it a little bit, but
that's
that's the way I would have done it without my calculator. No calculator needed.
He wants us to use our calculators.
So how could you have done that with the calculator is the question. So the question is, how could you set this equal to, how could you solve that when you have a variable as the limit of integration? I don't know if your calculator can do that. Can you put x
I'm not
in?
saying that there's a way to do it with the calculator. I just feel like there's an easier way. You know what I'm saying?
So there might be an easier way. If you do, comment below.